time that he was on.
And then if it's red, it should be on. Testing.
Copy that. Oh, gotcha. Long term. Okay.
Hello. Okay.
Thank you. That's all we need to start. No, we need 5. I forgot.
Because you know, he already thinking. We already got Scott.
It's the old narrative, but we're not gonna do what we did last time, sir. So yeah, so we need your colleagues to be
Is this
be here. Yeah, new thing. Yep.
like they actually see themselves on TV on this?
I guess I don't know. I just saw it when you said it.
Phil. It's a monitor, like it's a
monitor. Actually,
Yeah. So maybe when they do video calls or whatever, that sounds good.
I wouldn't think that.
Good stuff. This is an upgrade. So
hold on, where I'm sitting at? Hold on, I gotta make sure I gotta start praying in my seat when I start praying.
Oh man, you ain't got to look for that bomb I put up under there,
I'm just saying, bro, there's a lot of foolishness that come up in this Dallas.
Hey, listen.
This ain't the Pontiac School District, you know what I'm saying? look, hold on, you know what I'm saying? Give me for somebody else, not me, you know what I'm saying?
there's a water by your seat, sir.
I appreciate
And
that,
so
man.
we just need one more commissioner so we can get started.
What, they in my pocket?
So call your friends, sir.
What you mean?
Make sure we get it. So Miss Lucy's not gonna be here.
Okay.
Our chair's not gonna be here, so we just need one more out of. Has anybody talked to Dr. Turpin?
Schedule a subcommittee.
But I do need. I'm probably gonna need a motion to amend the agenda to. Listen, it's gonna be. Hold on. Listen, Monday I didn't even know I was gonna be doing the meeting Monday, but yeah. See, here y'all go. But I will need the agenda to be amended, so Commissioner Ybarra can do his presentation. But I guess we can just keep it the same and do it under the outreach subcommittee reports. So that'll be fine. Listen, we're gonna get it together.
I wanna know. So is this on? That means it's
You
on.
gotta push the red button. Yes.
So what's this blue button? The three dots. This touchscreen?
I tried if it was touchscreen and nothing seemed to come up.
So this is nice.
I think the blue is to mute it. So let me talking into.
Oh, you know what? I can hear you. When you speak, I can hear you now. What did you do? Hear him?
Oh, it just talks to you.
So
Push the blue button.
Say that again, Carl.
But you gotta have the red button on first.
okay, I got the red button on.
Now push the blue button.
Hey.
Button does not work.
But my red.
Okay, Phil, what does the blue button do? Text us or something. I know you can hear us. We're live. Okay, why are you in such a rush all the time? Man, you know what? Y'all always bailing Kermit out. You know what I mean?
Push the little.
I'm starting to think it's a
person.
whole East Side thing. That's what I'm starting to think.
The east side is the center of the universe.
You know what
So,
I'm saying?
If you turn it on the side, right?
Ms.
Okay.
Grandison, are you
I'm
ready?
from the West.
Yes.
Okay, we're gonna call to order the 8th session of the Charter Commission meeting, December 15th, 2022 at 6 p.m. Location, Pontiac City Council Chambers. Roll call.
Commissioner Burrows,
Present.
Garrett,
Present.
Killian,
President.
Payne, Ramsey, Stewart,
Present.
Turpin, Williams,
Present.
Ibarra.
Present.
Vice, you have a quorum.
All right, thank you, Madam Clerk. I need a motion to excuse Commissioner Turpin, Commissioner Payne, and Chairwoman Ramsey.
So moved.
Support.
It's been moved and supported. Any discussion? Seeing none, roll call.
Commissioner Garrett,
Yes.
Killian. Stewart,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Ibarra,
Yes.
Burrows.
Yes.
6-0.
Okay. Commissioners are excused, which brings us to amendments to the agenda. Are there any amendments to the agenda? Okay, seeing none, is there a motion to approve the agenda?
Moved by Garrett.
Supported by Stewart.
Okay. Any discussion?
Roll call.
Oh, okay.
Oh, man, I was just-
I didn't know if the phone had a.
Oh, I'm sorry, man.
Roll call.
Commissioner Killian.
Yes.
Okay, let me get it together. Stewart,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Ibarra,
Yes.
Burrows,
Yes.
Garrett.
Yes.
6-0.
Okay, agenda approved, which brings us to item number 5, approval of the minutes. Is there a motion to approve the minutes from November 17th, 2022?
So moved by Garrett.
All right, any discussion? Seeing none, roll call?
Commissioner Stewart,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Ibarra,
Yes.
Burrows,
Yes.
Garrett,
Yes.
Killian. 6-0.
All right. The minutes are approved, which brings us to item number 6, agenda item, subcommittee reports. Number 1 is rules and planning. We did not have a meeting. So that brings us to item number 2, which is outreach committee, which I know did meet, and I will turn it over to Commissioner Ibarra.
Just would like to ask if Chair Killian, if I may speak on behalf of the Outreach Committee. Yes. Thank you for that. Brian Killian and I, we were tasked, as well as the Outreach Committee, were tasked to design some sort of script to roll out our first ad for the Pontiac Charter Commission, in which we envision this first commercial to explain who we are and what our responsibilities are as a charter commission. Feel free to look over a little bit. I did want this to have an introduction of everyone on our charter commission, whether it could be just an introduction with the charter commissioners appearing on video, or simply giving a one-worded letter or a one-worded sentence on what they want to see in the charter. So this could be very fluid, but this is what we have. I did get it approved by Mr. Philip Brown, who said he would help assist us. He did appreciate the script and asked, when's the next time, or when do we plan on shooting? So we're here now, and just wanted to receive any feedback or any questions or concerns.
Mr. Stewart? Okay, all right. Mr. Burrows, you got any feedback?
So just a quick question, like when, is this the script? Is this? Okay.
This is the actual.
Oh, okay, all right.
So everything on paper is what we want to include into the commercial. It explains who we are, it explains what the Charter Commission does, and explains our responsibilities in a more broad term. We feel as if that this would be the very first commercial of many, with multiple commercials having an understanding of what we're doing in phase 1, what we're doing in phase 2, and so on and so forth. So this is just to really get the people going into the new year. So to answer your question.
Well, thank you. I mean, I briefly went over it. I mean, I'm in full support. Just tell us, what we want to show up. I'm all for the lights, camera, action. I ain't become a politician just to look, not to look this good,
Okay, so so I don't know if we would. I mean, I do see that we're scheduling for subcommittee meetings in January.
Okay.
Or we can do this, outside of the Charter Commission, in terms of scheduling the shooting or the commercial. So, however you see fit, Vice Chair, we can discuss making this commercial.
Okay. Mr. Kelly? You gotta turn your microphone on.
Reiterate what Commissioner Barrow said. This is the script. If everybody needs time to read over it, to advise or think they want to, or that would like to input, some of the concerns or anything that they may feel that needs to be in it. Besides that, just when can we schedule a date to have it, looked at overall?
Yeah, I think all the commissioners may have it. I would let the chair make that decision, but I would like to suggest, just as a placeholder maybe, that we can do it actually during the next Charter Commission meeting, since we would all be there. So maybe before we would start. So just as a suggestion, but I would yield to the chair to make that final decision, because I want to make sure she's available in order to do that. But I do like the script. I think it's good, and I think it encapsulates a good vision for where we want to go going forward. So thank you, Outreach team, for that great work. Anything else y'all want to talk about from Outreach?
No, I'm good.
Okay. All right, which moves us to Personnel Committee. We did not meet. And then Research Committee.
Research Committee has also not met, but we plan to start meeting in January and really formalizing a schedule, both for what that will look like for the committee, as well as bringing presentations to the full Charter Commission as well, which my co-chair, well, say co-chair, vice chair, I guess, whatever, Burrows and I will talk about as well.
Okay, awesome. So that brings us to item C, which is scheduling of subcommittees for January. We're going to keep it in this same order. I believe Commissioner Garrett is the chair of the Rules and Planning. What days are you thinking about, sir?
I'll be honest with you. I really haven't got that far. Only because with the board schedule being for myself, being president of the school board, being on Mondays, and then our meetings being on Thursdays, council meetings being on Tuesdays, I came up with Wednesday, but my schedule is pretty much flexible going into the new year. I kind of flex depending on what we have going on at the sheriff department through community policing team. So I'm thinking a Wednesday, but I don't want to tie up everybody's Wednesday evening. So are our meetings open to being Zoom as well? Is my question, because we don't necessarily have the physical. This is kind of one of those committee things. I'm like, can we meet at Zoom as well? So depending on what that is, I would just go by the Open Meetings Act and call a meeting as the chair requires, and then just make sure I do it within the 72 hours or 48 hours that we are required to do so.
Okay. I don't know if we have the capability of doing Zoom meetings for subcommittee meetings. Ms. Granderson, I don't think we talked about any electronic meetings when we passed our bylaws.
I don't think we did, but
Okay, so I guess that's
something you want to look into and
I think
you
that's
want to do.
I think that's a question that we need to have answered for our next meeting. I think that because we're missing 3 key people, I don't want to schedule meetings for them and then they not be able to make it. So I would ask that the chairs get with the clerk for the January meeting, and then we can have them all posted in City Hall for where our subcommittee meetings will be for January, and then we answer the next electronic question when we come together back in January. Does that make sense with everybody?
You good? Okay.
Okay.
My partner say he good with it.
Okay, all right, awesome. All right, so we'll do that, and then approve charter revision 2023 monthly meetings. The same thing, I think we just need to schedule the meeting for January and wait until we have the rest of the people here in order to do it. This Thursday, the 3rd Thursday of the month, still work for everybody that's here?
The 4th Thursday.
Fourth Thursday.
Okay, the 4th Thursday of every month, does that still work for everybody?
Yes.
That is correct.
Let me look at the calendar, because we're only gonna schedule it for January, and then when the chair gets here, we can discuss if people want to change or do something going into the new year, but let me find that date. So, all right, that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, the 26th.
Yep.
Okay, so is everybody good with January 26th at 6 o'clock?
You ain't look in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
January 26th?
Yes.
That's the 4th Thursday.
You said the fourth? No, I'm good with the 4th Thursday. It's just, I won't be in town that one. But that's just me. You know what I mean? That's just, I'm a fast learner. If you switch something, I promise you I can catch up. You know.
All right, what's the general consensus of everybody else? Does the 4th Thursday still work?
Correct.
Okay, okay, all right, we'll make sure, hopefully we'll find out if Mr. Garrett can watch us via Zoom, and we'll get it together.
Okay. Mr. Chair, the communications director is here to address the dais. I'm not sure if we can do a point of privilege.
Well, we're next on
introducing
public comments, so
Well,
we'll just
first
add
of
it to.
all,
I'm sorry.
you're scheduling a meeting, so you need a move and support.
Okay, thank you.
You're
Keeping us
welcome.
on task. Is there a motion to make January 26th at 6 p.m. the next meeting of the Charter Commission?
So moved.
Support?
All right, it's been moved and supported. Any discussion? Seeing none, roll call?
Commissioner Stewart,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Ibarra,
Yes.
Burrows,
Yes.
Garrett,
Yes.
Killian. Yes. All right, 6-0.
All right, thank you so much, and that brings us to public comments, but I've been informed that our new cable director our new communication director is here. I'll ask you to take the podium if you wish to speak. No, we're gonna allow Mr. David to speak also, so, but what I'm saying is, yep.
Welcome.
Yep.
Thank you for having me. I was just notified, I just happened to be working on some other documents, and they told me, in the cable office about something that was, we discussed earlier today.
Is your microphone on? Can you tap it and see? 'Cause I don't.
There
think-
Oh, there it is.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you.
Nice little red light to let you know. that
Right, they're new, so we're all developing new habits.
Okay.
I was fortunate enough, I'm Paula Bridges, I've been on board for the last few months. Thank you so much for having me here, I appreciate working with you all. And I was just notified I had a discussion with the director of our cable unit about the script that was produced by the team moving forward so that we can make sure that the residents are informed and they have basically an opportunity to come forward and provide input in a timely fashion. We would love to put this information out on all of our platforms just so that they have ample notice to be here. What I did notice, I do have a background in television and these types of projects. There are a few things that I think can be made more engaging as far as that message is concerned. It's complete, but the one thing that stood out to me, it didn't have a call to action. At no point in the information did it say, we need you to do this. This is where we want you to go for more information. Here's where you can find our schedule. I'm not certain. I'm still getting used to the information in the various departments. I don't know if you have your own website or Facebook page, any of that. There has to be some place where they can go for this information. It's hard to educate people in 30 seconds or less. With the amount of detail that was shared with me in this particular script, what we want people to do is to come and get this information. We want to lead them to where they can find this information, and we want to make sure that they know, we want you to come, here's our next date, but we also want to engage our media partners. They, by law, have to fill a certain amount of time with PSAs for entities in the area. What we want to do is we want to package our products in bite-sized morsels that makes it easy for them to drop it in when they need it. And I promise you, when you work in a broadcast environment, there are many times the computers glitch up. And so at some point, they got to grab something to fill the time. And we want to make sure they have our PSAs to say, hey, we wanted you to join us at the Charter Commission meeting on such and such date. Or please log on to, and we can make room on the page that's on the sheriff's office, on the City of Pontiac. And what we'll do is create a landing page for the Charter Commission. If, in fact, that is within my ability to do in terms of the rules and regulations, and that way we'll have that information and we give people a place to go and log on, a place to go and find the meeting dates a lot more easily, but also make it more palatable for our digital products going out on social media, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, some of the various products that are out there. And that way we can package them up. And my suggestion is that we put together some smaller bite-sized morsels, which are like 30 seconds. Maybe even there might be a 60-second. But we would have the members of the commission to be videotaped with this message. And each person, there's room for each person, have 7 different, have 8 different. If someone doesn't want to be on camera, we can always just have them voice it. And it makes it so much more appealing with add a graphic. But the length of the copy that I saw was so detailed that we really kind of just want to tell them who, what, when, where, and why. And then send them to the website to get more information. But if nothing else to say, on the 4th Thursday of every month, we want to see you. Log on to this place to find this information and to see your smiling face sharing that and telling them this is the purpose and why we need you, and to keep iterating that in some form or fashion. I appreciate the information that was shared. It was very lengthy, but when it comes to putting these messages out, we just want to make it quick and to the point and make sure they understand their call to action. So that's what I wanted to share. Thank you to our cable director for alerting me that this was on your agenda, because I was in my office working on something else. And if you have any questions for me, I'm happy to provide this copy for you, and we'll just work together on that.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. I would love for you to work with our outreach committee between now and next month on what we need to do to make it conducive to what you're talking about, because they started working on it, and I think it would be great for you to be able to sit down maybe with them for 30 or so minutes.
Sure.
And really get the heart of not only what they want to say, but what you believe is best to be able to be marketed across.
Right, the scope of the action plan and what we want our public to do, that would be great. And so what I'll do is I'll get the information that's needed. And even, I know people have busy schedules, but that's why Zoom is available. We can meet and kind of go over what's needed, and you guys can give me feedback.
May I?
Yep, Commissioner. Yep.
Thank you for providing and your knowledge of expertise in this situation. When I created this script, it was to be sent to somehow almost commercialize it, so to speak. So I do agree that it is pretty lengthy and that we do need to have, the one-liners, the call to action, so to speak, as you say. So, yes, thank you for wanting to help us, and let's sit down and figure out a time in which we can make this happen.
I will definitely gather your information from the cable department, which they've been engaged with you for quite some time, and we will go from there. Is there anything else I can share?
No, thank you, and welcome to the Charter Commission meeting. You're
Yes,
welcome to come
welcome, yeah.
anytime.
Thank you. Do we also have photos of everyone that's on the commission currently?
Oh, I'm glad you brought that up.
We
Oh,
have
has
a
that been
group
requested?
photo.
We're actually gonna, that's one of my closing comments I wanted to bring back up to, at the top of January at our next meeting, if we can get the photos done in a group photo and set them up, we'll be all set.
Okay.
So
All right.
We'll
Well,
have some for you. I'll make sure you have some.
well, feel free. You guys
Okay.
know where I am. I'm over to the left. Thank you.
Glad to have
Thank
you.
you, thank you. All right, we are still on public comments. Mr. David, if you would like to speak, or you're good.
Twist my arm.
Well, good evening.
Speaking
Rick David. I'm a resident of Pontiac, 28 Franklin Boulevard in Pontiac. I've been a resident since '97. I came here to head up the United Way of Oakland County, located here in Pontiac. And I've been very involved in the city over time. I just wanted to, I'll probably come many of your meetings. I think this is the most important, one of the most important things the city is going on in the city right now. You're developing the Constitution for the city. We had a Constitution back in 82 or 83, and now it's something again for 2022, 23, and wherever. I kind of think about this idea of where is Pontiac today? What is our purpose? What is our identity? What is our identity in Oakland County? What is our purpose? Beyond being the county seat, what is our purpose? And we have to kind of discover that together. And you're developing a constitution to better define that for us. So this is serious business. And as I shared one of the last meetings, that Hubert Price and I got this rolling several years ago, and there was a vote then to do it, and then afterwards they had a number of people on it, and they did a great job. They didn't do any very good job at all in marketing it, but it was a very thoughtful process, very thoughtful, and it had I attended many of those meetings, and people were not ready for change. It was designed in '82. We had 90-some thousand people. We have 58,000 people now. Identity and purpose. How many? Are 7 districts still required? I doubt very much they are. You have to look at other cities our size and what are they doing. Right now, we're simply. I mentioned this the last time. The Federal Reserve did a study in 2012 of cities, and it selected Pontiac and Grand Rapids out of the Chicago office, and they put them in 4 categories. I'm just restating it, and it was from transformational, transitional, overwhelmed, and fading. And we were with Gary, Indiana, in overwhelmed, and we're still overwhelmed in everything that we do. How do we move the needle over the next few years, and how's the Constitution help us? We don't have a business community, residents who are from the business community. We've never been very pro-business in Pontiac. Downtown is neglected. How do you make downtown a destination? It's a very special place to have these buildings that were developed. The big bank building was developed 1 year before the Great Depression in 1929. I mean, it's just amazing what Pontiac was involved in. I'm helping with the Transportation Museum now, just reflecting all of the changes. So whatever you need, I call on citizens to be part of, maybe, if it's okay, to be part of the involvement. We all have good things to say, and so I'm just saying, kick it as far as you can. We're with you. Bring people here to make a difference. You got to be, and bring in people who, from the outside, they had people from the outside who knew about, who worked with commissions such as yourself and charters. And we've got to just look at various charters and all that. We looked at Detroit's. They were making some of the changes a few years ago about not only district, but throughout the whole area as well, and the changes. So what is a population of 58,000 versus 90,000? And how do you kick this going? So we want to help you. We want to help you. We want you to be very successful. Amen.
Thank you, Mr. David. All right. Seeing no other possible public comment, we will go into, I guess, closing comments. We'll start with Commissioner Burrows.
I just want to say I am ready, excited to get started. I'm glad we have that communication person to help us out. That's going to be needed. And to all of you and the people that's out there, have a safe and happy holidays.
Thank you. Commissioner Garrett.
She can probably tell I'm super excited about what we're doing. Have a safe holiday season, as Commissioner Burrows has just stated. Thank you, Mr. Rick David, for reminding us. I'm a big component of history and a big component of not repeating history. And so when we can do things and build on what's already there, so I appreciate that and the knowledge of that. This is, I think, one of the most important documents that will ever come out of the city of Pontiac right now. And what does that look like? And I do believe that we have the marketing tools and capabilities of passing whatever we have decided to put inside of this. A lot of people are sleeping on it now because they really don't know, the magnitude in which the document would say. Even the arguments that I hear across the dais on Tuesdays, we really can change all of that in just one swell vote, depending on, all the different discussions and arguments. And I'm paying attention to that. You know what I'm saying? So that is what do we want Pontiac to look like? And I could say for sure, I want to tell you this, I don't want to be that dumping ground anymore. I don't want to be that's where, just give it to Pontiac, or just go in Pontiac, or have something in Pontiac that Pontiac residents don't have access to, So I have recently had to look at our mental health landscape here in Pontiac, and had a family member where I've had to, as a police officer, beg for services for my nephew, and we live in Pontiac. It did, so I know sometimes things don't get addressed unless it happens to somebody you feel is a leader or somebody who has a type of title and things of that nature. Well, tag you it. And so I'm disappointed in the fact that people can come here and get money for their organization, but that organization doesn't have to make a commitment to Pontiac. And I don't care who you are. And so to me, politically speaking and professionally and just as a resident here, I'm sick of it. It's disgusting. And it was this problem just didn't start with me, but I'm just been able now to sit at a table where I can voice that. And it may not be put in the charter, but I'm gonna definitely bring some attention to it enough where they get a little uneased about not having services for our residents. And you get money for being in our city, and you're using our numbers to build your budget. So that's my one little small point before the Christmas holiday. And so thank you all for supporting what we do here and how we do it. God bless you. And it don't cost you anything to be kind. It doesn't cost you anything to be kind. So blessings to you.
Right. Commissioner Killian.
First and foremost, honors to everyone here and not here. Thank you, Mr. David, for your comments. It was really important. but in the beloved words of my mother, Evelyn LaDuff, why? And this is one of the reasons I sit here, is because why? Why should we move forward? Why do we need to move forward? And this is what makes our charter important. We have to answer these questions. Why do we want to be in Pontiac? Why do we want people to come to Pontiac? Why do we want to look the way we do? And as this charter is going to be hopefully changed and updated, at least somewhat, that we have to understand that we're asking the right questions to the right people and doing the right thing for the city of Pontiac. I definitely want to honor every one of the citizens to be safe. It is very important during the holidays. Again, I'm glad you touched on it, Commissioner Garrett. Mental health is at a high. Especially among the holidays, we're losing people, we're gaining people, and these different aspects go into a twist during this time. So it's important that we honor each other and love each other during this time, especially. So I am very glad and excited that I'm here. I'm excited that I have the people that I'm with on this charter, and I really commend us because I think we're going to move forward and answer those questions my mom used to ask, is why, and get it done. And with that, I said, man, y'all be blessed. Peace.
Commissioner Stewart?
Howdy, everybody. Not much to say. Just wanted to note that I am excited for all the work that we'll be doing. I'm excited that I know since we have gotten started, it's been a slow but steady start, but I think that was necessary to get the structure in place for us to make the correct difference that we need to. And so I'm excited to really hit the ground running with our research committee, with our rules and planning, with our fantastic outreach committee as well that have really started hitting the ground running. And I think it's a great time. I think what Commissioner Garrett said about having the necessary resources to get this done, I think we're seeing that. I think that's the reason that I'm excited that we actually have a budget to implement many of the things that we're trying to do as well. And so I'm just excited for that. I think I'm just ready for January when we really hit the ground running and begin moving. So expect a lot in 2023. And happy holidays.
Commissioner Yubera?
I guess my highlight of the day is just being introduced to Paula Bridges. Just when her explaining her background and knowing what the people need to hear and how much time they have to hear. It's exciting. It's understanding that in today's world is a lot different than what the charter was back in 1982. So with that, in order for us to update the charter into modern ways, we have to reach out in modern ways. So I do challenge every commissioner, here or not here, to expect to make a TikTok in 2023. Merry Christmas, everyone. Happy
Let's go.
holidays. We'll see you in the new year.
Good evening, everybody. Laughter is truly medicine for the soul. I am very not only excited about the possibilities of this updated charter that will be here. I was born in 1982. And the charter is about a couple months older than me. And so a lot has changed with me over the 40 years. So not a lot has changed with the city over 40 years. And so we need to be able to reflect that and grow. But I think that the diversity of expertise that we have with this particular charter commission is a real asset, Mr. David. But we also need the residents to take stake in it at an early part. Because what I don't want to happen is we get 90% finished and then people start reading the charter and then said, I want to get involved. Please get involved on the ground floor, not when we've already got the scaffolding up. So this is my call to action for you today. Please come to the next Charter Commission meeting, January 26th at 6 p.m. Be here to talk about it and be there. It will be not only televised, but also on Facebook, so you'll be able to watch it. But please make your input heard and noted. I had the opportunity to visit another city and talk to them about how their charter process actually worked this week. And one of the things that they said was being thoughtful was what really got their charter passed. That they made some common sense things that made the lives of the residents easier. And so I want to try to take that as my blueprint and my guiding light as we go forward. Everybody have a happy holidays, stay safe, and make sure you check on the senior citizen. And with that, I will ask for a motion to adjourn.
Moved by Garrett to adjourn.
All right, it's been moved and supported. Roll call?
Commissioner Stewart,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Ibarra,
Yes.
Burrows,
Yes.
Garrett,
Listen, man, I'd have backed you, man. I would have backed you 1,000%, man. Yes. I would have backed you, bro.
Killian. Meeting adjourned at 6:38.
Listen, man. Listen, man. Look.